It's a warm Memphis night in February 1976. The clock at Graceland ticks past midnight, and inside the jungle room, green shag carpet, tiki torches, waterfall humming, the king of rock and roll is restless. Elvis Presley, 41, lounges in a silk robe, surrounded by his Memphis mafia. Joe Esposito, Billy Smith, Dr. Nick, and a few others. They're laughing, swapping stories, maybe playing a little piano. Someone flips through a magazine and spots it. A photo of the fool's gold loaf, a sandwich so outrageous it defies logic. A hollowed-out loaf of Italian bread, slathered with a full jar of creamy peanut butter, a quart of grape jelly, and stuffed with an entire pound of crisp bacon. It's served at the Colorado Mine Company in Denver, and it costs $49.95, about $250 today. Most people would laugh, shrug, and go to bed. But this is Elvis. His eyes light up. "I gotta have that," he says, voice low and serious. Within minutes, the Lisa Marie jet is warming up on the runway. Destination? Denver. Mission? Sandwich. This is the night Elvis flew 1,700 miles round trip, just for a bite. The legend of the fool's gold loaf. The sandwich wasn't just food, it was a myth. Created by the Colorado Mine Company, a quirky steakhouse owned by Nick Anderlakis and his wife, it was designed to be shared. One loaf fed 4, maybe 6. But Elvis had heard about it months earlier from pilot Ron Strauss, who raved about the best thing I ever ate. The king, a man who loved excess, Cadillacs, jumpsuits, midnight feasts, became obsessed. He tried recreating it at Graceland, but it wasn't the same. The real deal was in Denver, 850 miles away. And tonight, with the house full of hungry friends and the clock pushing 1 a.m., the idea hit like a lightning bolt. "Let's go get it," Elvis said, already standing. No hesitation, no "it's too late," just pure, unfiltered Elvis energy. The Memphis Mafia exchanged glances, half amused, half used to it. This wasn't the first spontaneous trip, but it might be the wildest. The Lisa Marie takes flight. By 1:30 a.m., the Lisa Marie, a customized Convair 880 jet with gold-plated seatbelts, suede couches, and a private bedroom, was ready. Elvis, in a velvet tracksuit and dark sunglasses, even at night, boarded with his crew, pilots Elwood David and Milo High, plus a handful of mafia members. No luggage, no itinerary, just hunger and adventure. The jet roared down the runway, lifting into the Tennessee sky, bound for Stapleton Airport in Denver. Inside, the mood was electric. Elvis cracked jokes, strummed a guitar, and passed around Cokes. "Y'all ever had a sandwich worth flying for?" he teased. The flight took about 2 hours, the plane slicing through darkness. Elvis leaning back in his captain's chair, grinning like a kid on Christmas. This wasn't about necessity, it was freedom. The kind only a man with a private jet and zero rules could claim. Touchdown in Denver. The Lisa Marie touched down around 3:30 a.m. local time. Denver was asleep, but Elvis wasn't here for the city. He was here for the sandwich. The Colorado Mine Company was closed, but that didn't matter. Elvis had called ahead. Owner Nick Anderlakis, woken from bed, didn't hesitate. "For Elvis, I'm opening the kitchen." A limo whisked the group from the airport to the restaurant, a rustic spot with mining carts and lanterns. The staff, roused from sleep, fired up the ovens. Elvis walked in like he owned the place, because in a way, he did. No cameras, no fans, just a quiet night and a mission. The chef began assembling the loaves, 22 in total, enough for the whole crew. Each one a calorie bomb, 8,000 per sandwich, they say. Elvis watched, fascinated, as the bread was hollowed, peanut butter spread thick, jelly poured in, bacon layered like gold bricks. The feast. The sandwiches arrived on fine china, steaming and glistening. Elvis took the first bite and closed his eyes. "Oh man," he groaned, pure bliss. The table erupted in laughter. Joe Esposito cut his in half. Billy Smith attacked his with a fork. Dr. Nick shook his head but dug in. They ate in silence at first, savoring the salty, sweet crunch, the way the bacon melted into the warm peanut butter. Elvis finished one, then started another. "This is better than sex," he joked, and the room howled. They drank champagne, told stories, and let the night stretch. No rush, no schedule, just friends, food, and the kind of joy money can't buy, but a private jet can deliver. The bill, over $1,000 for 22 sandwiches. Elvis paid in cash, tipped generously, and thanked Nick like an old friend. "You made my night," he said, shaking his hand. The flight home. By 5:30 a.m., the Lisa Marie was airborne again, heading east. The cabin smelled like bacon and peanut butter. Elvis, full and happy, reclined in his seat, feet up, laughing with his crew. Someone snapped Polaroids, grainy shots of half-eaten sandwiches, sleepy smiles, the king mid-bite. The sun rose over the Mississippi as they descended into Memphis, the jet touching down around 7:30 a.m. Total trip, 6 hours. Distance, 1,700 miles. Purpose, 1 sandwich times 22. Elvis stepped off the plane, stretched, and yawned. "Worth it," he said, and meant it. The crew stumbled back to Graceland, crashed on couches, and slept off the adventure. The story stayed quiet for years, too wild to believe, until the mafia started talking. The spirit of Elvis. This wasn't about hunger. It was about living. Elvis lived in extremes, sold-out arenas, gold records, screaming fans, but also in whims. He'd give a stranger a Cadillac on a Tuesday, fly to Vegas for a show on Wednesday, and buy 22 sandwiches on Thursday. The Denver trip was peak Elvis, spontaneous, generous, joyful. He didn't need the sandwich. He needed the moment, the laughter, the camaraderie, the thrill of saying, "Why not?" In a life of schedules and security, this was freedom. The Lisa Marie wasn't just a jet, it was his escape pod, his magic carpet, his way of bending the world to his will. And on this night, the world bent for a sandwich. The legacy of the Loafs. The story spread slowly, first in whispers among friends, then in books and documentaries. Nick Anderlakis kept the receipt, the Polaroids, the memory. The Colorado Mine Company became a pilgrimage site for Elvis fans. The Fool's Gold Loaf lived on the menu, a $100 plus indulgence for the brave. Lisa Marie Presley later laughed about it, saying, "That was Dad, fly anywhere for food." It became a symbol of his spirit, the man who lived big, loved hard, and never let logic get in the way of fun. In a life of highs and lows, this was a pure high. No drugs, no drama, just friendship and a really good sandwich. As the Lisa Marie soared home that dawn, Elvis leaned back, belly full, heart fuller. He'd flown 1,700 miles, spent thousands, and eaten his weight in bacon, all for a laugh, a bite, a memory. The king didn't need to prove anything. He just needed to feel alive, free, surrounded by his people. The Fool's Gold Loaf wasn't gold. The real treasure was the night, the flight, the story. Only Elvis would fly 1,000 miles for a sandwich, and only Elvis could make it legendary. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.